Live. This meeting is being live streamed.
Once you go number one, do you stay there unless somebody else does a book in your category and goes up above you?
Um, I'll have to check, but I think, okay, we are live on YouTube.
Yay! Oh, I should be able to have it on my phone. Why do I always wait till we go live to say, oh, I should have it on my phone so I can see? Hey, everyone. I am so excited. Can you see us, Eva? Do you see us? Hello. We're on?
Yes, Robin, sorry, we are on. Welcome, everybody. I was just having some feedback that I'm checking in on right now.
Oh, okay. I'm looking down, guys, because I'm trying to see us. Hey, everyone. I am so excited. Thanks for showing up. And oh my goodness, this is such an exciting time for me. Yes, we are. Look at everybody. Hey, Lisa, Susan, David, oh, David, hi. Susan Lee, Yvonne, VQL, hi. We were on our chat earlier, so if all ladies, Robin, hey, Robin, kisses to you, girl. Karen, Ginger's in the house. Oh, thank you, Ginger. So many of you. Hey, Seth is here. Oh, thank you, Seth, for being here. I love you. You're the best. Seth is absolutely the best. Yes, so today is the day that we do the book reveal. Okay, so what's cool about this, and so many of you have already started buying the book. Thank you so much. I think, Eva, when you just looked before we went live and everything, like I think we were like 116 in the category or something like that. So I know by the end of the next these couple of days, we're going to be number one. This book is going to be number one for sure. So what's happening? Let me explain this process a little bit. So in this whole printing, the whole process of, producing the book, the writing, the editing and all that, and I'm still in the final editing of the inside of the book. So this process happens in that the publisher, what they do is they release it like 6 months, ahead, I guess it's 6 months now, so that the metadata can start tracking and the bookstores can start purchasing. And so Schiffer is worldwide, it's global, right? So they have distribution marketing teams globally. And so what they're doing now is allowing all the bookstores and the stockists and stuff to start purchasing and putting the orders in for the books. The book is released October 28th. That's when all the copies will be being sent out to everyone. But we want the book to do well and we want it to track well. So when it goes out now, and you guys are coming in and doing me such a big favor by purchasing now, because what it's doing, it's driving it to the top, and it's telling Amazon, people have an interest in this book. We should start promoting it too. We should start making sure that every time somebody says gel anything, that this book comes to the top so that it'll sell. So that's their marketing department strategy. So it's also on their website, but they put the book over on, they have relationships with Amazon. And so they put it there so that it can start tracking as well. So everybody who's doing the pre-sale right now is like making this thing happen. You're making it just go really big so that like more and more people can find out about gel printing and stuff like that who have never even heard of it. I mean, believe it or not, there are people who've never heard of it. So that's what we're doing right now. And that's what you're helping. And you're being a part of. My community is being a huge part of making this project just be really phenomenal. And I just can't thank you all enough. You all are sending me the receipts for your purchases, and I'm just, I literally could cry. I'm like, this is very emotional time for me. And I just love you all so much from my heart. You guys are just the best in this community. And I just can't thank you enough for the support that you show me. So before I start crying, I better turn it over to Eva so she can tell you the rules of engagement for today.
Well, welcome everybody to this amazing celebration. A book is being birthed, and it just knowing behind the scenes all of Robin's heart that went into it and her passion for gel plate printing, combined with the art mythos prompts, with the coffee table style, teaching you techniques. Like, I'm so excited to finally get to hold this book. I know everybody else is. And Robin, I'm sure we're all going to want to see you when you do unpack your first copy and get to hold it for yourself. So welcome again, everybody. We're going to have a party today. First off, we'll do a cover reveal of the book because it's so pretty. And then we'll do, Robin's going to tell you a little bit about the book. And in between the things that she shares, we're going to have some fun questions, and we're going to be able to win prizes. So there's going to be 5 questions, and whoever gets the answer first wins. And should I share about the prizes right now?
Yes, you should. But before you do, I want to say one thing. I want to publicly let everyone know that this woman right here in front of us, Miss Eva, like, she's like such a dear friend to me. Like, she's just among my best friends, honestly. She is just an amazing person. And without her, I don't believe that this book would be where it is right now. Because even when I had written the book, and I shared the manuscript with Eva, and she helped a lot in the original editing and pulling it together. And she said, let's shop publishers. And I thought, publishers? Oh, I'm just going to put it on Amazon. I'm going to self-publish. And she says, Robin, let's just do it. I mean, like, you never know. And so she did. She wrote the letters up. She did everything. She sent everything. She did everything to start pushing this out to publishers. And I was just like, and then we would start getting no's back. And she's like, this is really great. And I'm like, why is that great? And she said, admit they've read it. She said, like, generally you don't even get, and we would send them out like within a couple of weeks, we'd get a publisher looking at it. And they were saying how it was a great project, but it didn't fit their niche or this thing or that thing. And so she said, Robin, that's great news. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, you know, it's like when you're a little baby and you fall, like, this is with my grandson right now, and he falls and he looks like, and he's like, and I go, yay, Kylan, you're so strong. You're just amazing. And then he kind of goes like, oh, hey, you know, like, so that's how Eva was. It was like, oh, I should be happy about this. Okay. You know, but I want to publicly just acknowledge her. And she's been behind this project the entire way with the editing and just everything that we've been doing. Eva, I just love you so much. And she's a published author. She's publishing her 2nd book now. So she knew a lot about publishing that I didn't know. And then I have to also shout out to Andrea. Andrea, last name. I'm gonna get it because I wrote it down. I need to make sure, because without Andrea, who's in my community, when she found out that we were sending letters out, and I think I was talking to patrons and something like that. And she said, well, hold up, you know, I have a publisher, because she's published several books with Schiffer, and she has another one coming out. It sounds so interesting. It's paper thread. It's the art of paper yarn. It's a Japanese style, and it'll be coming out next year. Andrea Staten. Andrea, thank you so much. I want to publicly thank her too, because she reached out and she made the introduction to Schiffer. She said, I think it's a product that they would like. And it turns out that they did. So I just want to, you know, like, we don't get here by ourselves. And I'm a big believer that I like to thank people when they help me. And, you know, like, it's no skin off of me to acknowledge and love people for what they bring to the project. So I just want to say that. And it's important for me to do that. Okay. So, you know, so Eva, back to you.
Yeah, we're at like, let's cry live on YouTube today.
Yes.
All right. So are we ready to do the cover reveal?
Yeah, and you're going to tell them what they win. You were going to tell them what they win.
Oh, okay. So everybody, so no cover reveal yet. You have to wait one more minute. So for the prizes, it will be a full workshop, any workshop of your choice in Robin's Teachable Library.
Any workshop, master classes, I don't care if it's $100, $300. I am so happy that you guys are a part of this community and are supporting me. I want to give good stuff. So Eva will be asking you 5 questions, and whoever puts types the answer to the question in first becomes a winner. You'll reach out to us in any workshop that you want to take that you've never taken before is yours, because I love you. So.
Oh, and then one very important thing, in case you anybody did not receive the email this morning, we do have so anybody who purchases the book on pre-sale also will receive a really awesome new style of live workshop with Robin that she'll be presenting in May. And this will be for everybody who ordered the book on the pre-sale. So all that we ask you to do is please email us your receipt for the book to info@robinmcclendon.com. I'm going to put that in the chat right now in case you don't have it.
Yep. And the other thing, I'm just sitting here thinking of stuff, because you guys know me. People have been around me a long time, know that I love giving to you guys. It's like, I'm like Mama Hen, you know. But hey, Gretchen, I see you there. Love you so much. She's amazing. So supportive. Oh, you guys are the best. So what I'm thinking, everybody who pre-orders the book also, because we already got workshops and stuff that you guys are going to get into for free, just only for people pre-ordering during this period of time, and Eva will tell you all about it. But I realized that the traditional book signing thing isn't really a thing right now. I mean, I know I'll be doing some, but probably won't happen until next year. So even if you have your books in your local and you're able to come to a book signing, of course, bring your book and I'll sign it. But to everybody who does this whole launch and helps me, I will make sure that personally, I will get some kind of really cool sticker. I will sign it. I will put a little script on it, and I will personally make sure that they're mailed out to you so that you can put it in your book. So if you never get to a book signing or anything, you'll have a personalized inscription that will go into your book, and I'll see to it. We'll make that happen.
This day just gets cooler today. All
Because
right.
I appreciate the pre-order for sure.
Okay. Who is ready for the cover now? All right. Drum roll, please.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I can't find my share screen button. Oh, here it is. Okay, everybody close your eyes until we get it full screen.
Close your eyes, close your eyes.
And now you can open. Here it is. Ta-da!
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh. Yes. Wow. Yes. We really worked on this cover. We really did, because in fact, the base design for this came from my my oldest daughter, who does all of the video editing on YouTube. She put this base design together because I wanted to feel like a coffee table book. I wanted to be pretty. I wanted to, it's a technique book. There's step-by-step how-tos in here. So you're going to get in there. It's going to be step-by-step, all written out, like how to do things. But at the same time, I wanted it to be pretty, and I wanted it to be a book that it's a hardcover. So I wanted it to be something you could put on your coffee table. You know, I didn't want it to just be an art room. I wanted it to be inspirational. Like you pick it up and you flip through it. And so there'll be full page pictures of my art and stuff in there. There's also going to, you see it says taking your visual storytelling to a new level. So there's going to be art mythos prompts. So it's going to be gel printing, loaded with gel printing techniques. But at the same time, it's going to be inspirational art mythos things that make you think about how you're telling your story and how you can develop. So at the end of the day, I don't want it just to be just the gel printing techniques, but I want it to be something that encourages and inspires you to take your work to that next level, regardless if you're doing gel printing or not. It could be any mixed media thing. It could be anything that you're using, but how can we take it to the next level. So that's the whole idea for the book. And also when you get the book, there's going to be 2 free stencils that will be coming with it. So on the left-hand corner of the book, that pattern that you see there, that's going to be one of the stencils. And then on the right hand, it's not going to be exactly that one, but the other one is going to be one of my personal scripts. And they're only going to be available with this book. So when you get the book, there'll be 2. One stencil, I think, is like a 6 by 7. So it goes on the 8 by 10 gel plate or any size. And then the other ones, I think, it's going to be like a 3 by 5 or something like that. But they'll be packaged in the book when you get it. So I think that's really cool that Schiffer wanted to go the extra mile to like really get my brand into this product, you know, like the look of my art, so that those people who are following me, it's like you also can get a bit of, because you're following me because you like my aesthetic as well, right? And so to have something that you can personalize and do your own work with it, everything like that, I think is really cool that they were thinking like that. So also, I have to say the Schiffer has just been the absolute best. They have been the easiest to work with. They have, I mean, they've just been so patient. They're a really good company. So anytime you purchase a Schiffer product, know that you're supporting a really solid, made in America, cool company. They've just made it beautiful for me. So I have to thank them in that process. And there's so much in this book right now that I just got 2 days ago. I got an email from the senior editor, and she's like, okay, the book is 161 pages. We're at 173. You need to look at this and see what you need to, how we can move things into other pages, maybe say, not this time, this can be for another book. So the book is packed. Anytime the publishers are saying, okay, we gotta shave a little bit, but it's all good. So anyhow, this is her. Isn't she gorgeous? Just gorgeous. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm just running my mouth. Yay. Oh, yeah, Shirley. It comes with the stencils. Thank you, Meredith. She says the cover alone is inspirational. Mary Jo, plethora of add-ons, incredible grace. Oh, absolutely. Lisa, she agrees with everybody, with Susan and Rosalind. Love the freebies. Okay, has anybody ordered the book in the UK? I've been told I can't have it delivered to me. It is Jan, look on Amazon UK, because I know it's going to be global. Like this book is going to be able to be sold in every country. So see if you can find it on. And Eva, you can jump in on this one probably too, because you've sold a lot. Normally Amazon will do it in their own country. So I would try doing that.
I know that the book will be available internationally, but if anybody is having troubles with the links right now to Amazon, please send us an email to info@robinmcclendon.com, and I can give you another link. But I'm not going to put it into the chat right now because it might get confusing. But anybody who's outside of the US, and if you're having complications with the link, just email us at info@robinmcclendon.com, and I'll make sure you get a good link for where you need to go.
And also some of the folks are like sending us the emails and they're accidentally having their credit card number on it. So first of all, it'll just be me or Eva opening. So trust and believe we'll make sure to destroy that part of the document. In fact, we can print it out and just destroy and then delete the email so that we won't even have it. But what you can do is you can just crop it. Like, you know, when you take a screenshot, crop it so that you crop out your credit card information or whatever. As long as we just see a portion of it, we'll know that you guys did the purchase. That'd probably be the best way to handle it, unless you can think of something different, Eva.
Absolutely. And I did read, Shirley, you're in Canada and you didn't have a problem. So it looks like if you're in Canada, the link that has been provided should be fine. But still, anywhere outside of US or Canada, we'll make sure that you get a correct link that will make this easy for you.
And also, if you still send us, like Eva says, send us the email and you'll still be eligible to get into the workshops and all that kind of stuff, even if we have to figure out how you can actually get your copy, because I appreciate that you're here and that you're willing to try to support our efforts to take this #1. So definitely we'll work it out and you'll still get all the benefits. No worry. So I guess, are we on to questions?
Yeah, we can do our first question. So everybody, I will be watching the screen here. I'm not sure how YouTube does this, but sometimes I'm not sure if I'll see the first person like you see the first person, and the first name that I see from my computer, and make it as fair as possible. But
And I'll keep well, since you're asking the question, I'm going to keep my eye on it too. So the first person I see popping up, I can make sure.
okay, then Robin will announce the first person that she sees, and I'll do the question asking. Okay, so our first question.
Oh, hold up a second, just real quick. Carolyn just put in the chat. She says if buying from Amazon, there is a link in the confirmation email to view or print invoice. She said click that and your credit card info will not be displayed there. And then do the screenshot. Thanks, Carol. I appreciate it. Okay, go ahead, Eva.
Okay. All right. So our first question is, who is Robin's publisher? Silence. I see Patty here.
Hey, Patty. She says she's driving, so she'll watch recording too, because it keeps on dropping. Yes, Mystic Images Art, said Schiffer. Absolutely correct. Okay. Yes, so it's Mystic. I'll do a screenshot. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody got in, but okay.
Congratulations.
Okay. Yay, Mystic Images Art. So just email us at info@robinmcclendon.com. Go look at any workshop that's in Teachable that you want to take that you've never taken, and then send it to us, put attention Eva, and put course selection or whatever. You'll see, we'll see it. And then she'll make sure that she gets you in the course.
And then next is a question just for Robin about the book. Robin, what made you want to create a gel plate printing book?
So I think what was a big thing for me in it is that actually the first book I wrote is Art Mythos. So that manuscript is sitting right now because I really have a passion, obviously, for helping people tell their stories visually, right? So that book was written. And when Eva and I started working together on the book, one of the things that we kept on getting is tons of questions on gel printing. And there really aren't any books out there on it. Well, at the time, this was a couple of years ago when we started the project, it wasn't. Since then, there's another, I think out of all the books out there, there's one other book that I feel is like really quality. Elizabeth St. Hilaire, I think she's a beautiful person and she does really beautiful, bright stuff. So her book is now on Amazon. I think it was a self-published there, I think. But there really wasn't anything out there. And more importantly, I know that I have a particular tribe because I have a particular style. And so many of you follow me because not only do you like being a part of the community, but you like my style because it's very similar to yours. It's something that you get a lot of inspiration. So a lot of the techniques that I developed on the gel plate came out of my experience in printmaking, teaching printmaking at the Corcoran School of Art, and that like 30 years ago. And I taught, so what I was doing is I was applying more printmaking skills to the gel plate, which is why I was getting different results and everything was looking different than a lot of people who were printing at the time. Because, I started this 10 years ago and there were a few of us then printing. And I almost didn't share my techniques because I thought, I don't think anybody's probably gonna like my stuff because, I'm more neutral, more earthy, more textural, not so much image based, but more, more abstract expressionism is more my thing. And I thought, probably people wouldn't like it. And I thought, well, I'll try it, and of course, there's a community for everything, which is why anytime you're doing anything, don't tell yourself no, because there's always somebody else out there like you who would appreciate what you're doing. So I realized that it probably was a good, so I think you and I talked about it too, Eva, and realized that it would make sense for me to do the gel printing book first and really flush that out and get it out, because it would help so many more people at this point because more and more people were pouring into gel printing. And, I have a close relationship with Jelly Arts and with Luann Gleason over there. And their business was, especially in 2020, just started growing because more and more people were in and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. And they didn't have a compendium. They had nothing to point anybody to. So like Luann was like, yeah, you do this book. We'll put it on our site. We'll promote it. We'll help you because it helps us. So those were some of the reasons that went into me deciding to move forward and write this book.
I have another question for you. How did you feel when you found a publisher?
How did I feel when I found the
Yes, when you learned that it was going to get published by Fish Schiffer?
You and I acted like two absolutely crazed individuals, screaming and shouting. I think, what happened? Did I see the letter in the email, or did you see it? Did I read that letter, or did you read it first?
I think I saw it first.
She saw it first. See, guys, she saw it first, and she's like, she called me. She's like, you're not gonna believe. I'm like, what? And she says, go to the email. And I see it, and I'm like, oh my God. And so we just get up, like, I'm like crazy, right? So we're just like, oh my God. We lost our minds, okay? It was just like, it was like a kid at a candy shop, or like at the fair. It was surreal. It was just like the highest emotions, but at the same time, it was so surreal. Like, oh my goodness, like a publisher found this project worthy of their time and their attention and their resources, because it costs a lot of time and money to put out a book like this. I've learned since then. So yeah, I was like a big kid.
If you had to pick a color to describe that emotion, or a blend of colors or a color palette, what do you think it would be?
Oh, it was definitely like, to me, it was just like a saffron orange, just like that deepest orangey red color that's Durga, that's Durga, just the mother, just the deepest color that one can think of, the creation, the spark at the time of anything being created. That just, yeah, that's what it feels like to me. It still feels like that to me.
Anybody else in love with saffron orange right now?
It's like that, I think of it as that creation color, like at that place when a spark of life happens, it's got to be saffron orange. It's got to be. It's like the sun and the moon, and like everything from the deepest aspects of like out of the deepest, darkest indigo, the void, something sparks. It's got to be saffron orange. Yeah.
And so next up, we'll do a question for everybody. This is for a prize. And I did see some of the comments about the leg. But these next 4 questions, the way that I've structured them, it might help with the leg, because everybody will have more than enough time. It's not a straightforward answer. This is more of a guess the word game. So I will give you clues, and the first person that we see that guesses the word is the winner. So your first clue is I have many spellings.
I'm
Really
trying to think too, guys. I have many spellings. Go ahead.
I'm just waiting for some of the comments. Oh, everybody's silent. Must be a good clue.
Oh, somebody just said Robin.
That's a really good guess, but it's not it.
Okay, I don't even know it. Rose says jelly.
Nope.
Susan says gray.
These are really good guesses.
They are good guesses.
Oh, the academic writing, that's such a good guess.
Mythos. McClendon, Robin.
I think we have a lot of words in the community that have multiple spellings. Okay, but this next.
Somebody even said Eva. That's true.
So many spellings, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Okay, somebody said quinacridone, nickel, azo, gold.
Okay, so I think this one's gonna really, for this community, this next clue, I think you guys will know now. I rhyme with umbrella. That's the second clue for this word. So I have many spellings and I rhyme with umbrella.
People are still thinking. I'm thinking too. Rhymes with umbrella.
And a favorite
jelly. Oh, Punchinella.
Yep, we got Susan. You got it.
Susan got it. Honestly, Susan, I didn't even know. I'm like sitting here thinking yellow. No, it wouldn't be yellow.
I put that up because Robin and everybody in the community, I have heard you spell, pronounce, call this gel plate printing tool in every single possible format.
And it's true because when you look it up, it's Punchinella, Punchinello, it like even it's spelled like 3 or 4 different ways. And I remember one time, long time ago, on one of my YouTubes, and I said I think I must have said Punchinella. Oh, and somebody quickly corrected me. Oh, it's Punchinella. And I'm like, okay, I don't think so, because it's all different kind of ways. And I don't know why that word is spelled different ways. And it just means sequin waste, but it is spelled different ways. So anyway, you're right. So Susan, you win. So reach out, start looking at whatever course you want, my friend, because you get it. That was a good guess too, Donna. Citronella. That was good.
Yeah. And Robin, this question's for you.
Okay.
What's been your favorite part so far of the publishing process?
Okay, so my favorite part of the publishing part of it is being to the end of the editing. I think that's where I had most trepidation. So the fact it's almost over, but I think that my favorite part was actually my favorite part was like really organizing the chapters and really figuring out the flow of the book. Like the way the book is designed is it's like to start at the very beginning. Like, so if you start in the book at the very beginning, then each technique builds on itself. So you literally could go through and like in a session and try one chapter after another, and it's going to build up into other things that you just don't get by going right to the plate. Like, everybody who's done Old Wall, you just don't go to the plate and get Old Wall, right? It's a building process. So I like the idea of not only how I structured the layout of it, but then adding a lot of different yummies in of like what you can do with some of the gel printing or other types of things you can do on the plate. So I think that's been the most fun part of it, because it's there again, it's like the creation process. So
And
yeah, this week coming up is a big week for me because I've got that they've sent me the entire manuscript, and now I've got to go through it for the last time, like seeing all the pictures in place, seeing everything in place. And that's when we're going to edit, some of it down. But like, this is like my last big push to get everything just so before it goes off to be imprinted. So it's kind of exciting to be announcing this kind of like at the end of the big of this. It's how long we've been doing this now, for a year and a half.
yeah.
Yeah. At least. So yeah, I'd say that is it.
It's such a beautiful process. And like, what was a learning experience you had throughout this entire process so far?
Karen says that when she was a typesetter, she said she remembers an author saying the creation part was his favorite part as well. Yeah, that's interesting, because I've never thought of myself as an author at all. Like, even to think about, like I can add that to the things I do is kind of interesting, because I've really never thought of myself as a writer, because I've always been so visual, but I've always enjoyed writing. So it's not like something I've shied away from. I guess as a researcher, having studied anthropology and what have you, I love researching and kind of creating stories and pulling bits and pieces together. So that part was enjoyable. But of course, you never think of yourself as, I never thought of myself as an author of anything really. So that is really exciting. Thank you for sharing that. And I think that for me, the what was the question? Yeah.
What was a learning experience you had
Oh,
throughout?
the learning experience. What the learning experience has been for me, and I think this is something Seth can relate to, because he and I have talked about this on a number of different occasions, and we actually refer to ourselves as twins from another mama, because I have a tendency to do my best work at the last minute. I do not know why I'm wired like that. I can know I have something to do. I will loosely plan for it, but I'm always 24 to 48 hours out. And then like all the ideas flow in, everything I want to do. Eva will tell you this is true. I call her up like all hours of the night, 24 hours out. And we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. And she's so beautiful. She just rolls with me. But I don't know why I'm wired like that. So the learning process for me with this book has been, you can't do a book like that. So I've had to like really force myself to pay more attention. Like when they send me the manuscript, when they send me the pictures, when they send me stuff, I have to really force myself to look in at it like it's the 11th hour so that I can try to not only do my best work, but like any ideas that are going to flow, like try to fool my brain into thinking you don't have any more time on this, Robin. So like make it happen. That's been a big learning process for me, because it's had to shift the way that I create sort of like in real time, if that makes sense to you. It's kind of an odd thing, but it's something I've had to really say, you can't be laissez-faire with this project. You can't just say, you know what I mean? Because I'm wired like that. So that was a big one for me, for sure.
You just imagine, because it's like really having to have a conversation with your inner muse too. Like, I know you like to wake up in the middle of the night and sometimes last minute and come up with this, but could you please structure it a little bit more throughout this process, inner muse? Come on, work with me.
Exactly. Seth says, LOL, yeah, that's so true. Give me a deadline. And in that last minute, give me a deadline. And in that last minute, it kicks in. I don't know. We've talked about this, Seth. It's absolutely crazy. And Artist Haven says, why put off until tomorrow when you can put it off until 24 hours before the deadline? Exactly. That's me. Hands up. It's like, and I could be thinking about it. Oh, I'll have everything ready and everything. But then all of a sudden, it's like a floodgate will open and all these ideas will flow in. And I'm like, okay, Eva, we need to do this. 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 It's like, why couldn't I have thought about this last week? The project has been sitting here. I don't know. But anyhow, so that's been it.
I love that.
I
And
love you because you are so patient with me. Like you really allow me to have that space, and I appreciate that.
but everything flows, like even from an organizational standpoint, there's some kind of magic that arrives at the table when it's last minute time. And everything just flows. Robin with the ideas, or me if I'm putting something together in a slideshow. Like it's just like, okay, and it's done in 5 minutes. Where if we tried to do it 2 weeks before, it would have taken hours.
How many, you're right. How many slideshows has the community seen in the workshops that we were a half an hour? I'm calling you up and saying, okay, I got all these pictures, I got all of this, I've uploaded them in Canva, and you jump in there and we're in there together making a slide presentation. Why, Robin? I don't know.
Yeah, and this is when we've had like when we've worked on slide presentations weeks before, throughout the week before the time.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
literally
every
half
time.
an hour before, change of game plan. Ah! But we got this. It's so much fun.
It is.
Okay, so everybody, next question is for you.
Eva, someone was asking, can we put the email on the screen? Okay, it's simply info@robinmcclendon.com. But we'll type it up and put it in the I'll put it in the chat right now because you're asking questions. I can put it in right now. It's going into the chat right now. info@robinmcclendon.com. Go ahead, Eva.
Okay, so the next question is, it's a guess the word, and I start with an A and end with an S.
Okay, guys, jump in and get this one. This is for the winner.
See the silence in the chat.
Silence. You guys know this one. No, Karen, almost, girl. You got to keep it going. Yeah. Oh, yes, Terry. It's not spelled right, but I'll give it to you. What do you say? She says art myths.
I think it was a typo. I'm pretty sure Terry meant to write art mythos.
Okay, well, Terry, you got it. Terry Golden, art mythos.
Hooray! Terry.
Yay, Terry, reach out to us.
I'm making
And I'm gonna tell you something, just to be fair, because I believe in being fair, because sometimes people don't win things if you don't spell it right. Like, so since the next person who spelled it absolutely correct was Mango. She spelled art mythos, so there'll be 2 winners. That way it's fair.
Congratulations, Mango, too. So Mango and Terry, please just send us an email at info@robinmcclendon.com, and we'll give you directions on how to pick your Teachable course so we can create your teaching for it.
Because I'm that person. I would be both of them. I'd be Terry if I was typing it so fast and missed the O, and I'll be like, well, you guys, I would have known it was an O. And then I'd also be Mango if I were her. I'd be like, well, it wasn't spelled right, so like I spelled it right. I should. So I'm both people, so both people win. You know how it is when we want to win. Go ahead, Eva.
It's fun. And so what makes this book different from other books that might be in mixed media or crafts or specifically oriented on the gel plate?
What my goal was and my hope is that will make this book different is, first of all, it was very important for it to be a coffee table book. That's all they heard in all of our meetings when I was meeting with the publishers, the design team, the marketing team. I said, it's important for it to be a coffee table book. Like, I want it to be a book that's pretty, that you want to have out on, like you want to have it out, like to look at. So many technique driven books are good in that they're good technique driven, but what happens? What do? We normally just stick them on a shelf, like in our studio somewhere. I have books I even forget I have. And then it's not till I go back to the thing and look at it, I'm like, oh, that's right, I got that book. And it's a good book, but it's just so just kind of technique-y kind of driven, tutorially based, that it doesn't inspire me to want to keep it out. So I wanted to be something that people wanted to keep out and keep present. I wanted to be full of really pretty pictures. So I'm going to go look at this manuscript. They kind of told me that because we have to cut pages, that some of the pictures that should be dispersed, it has to be cut. So we're going to have to work on that, because I want to be like pictures of my gel prints or pictures of my art dispersed throughout the book, because I wanted to be inspirational. And then the fact that I've integrated the art mythos concepts in here. So the idea that with every chapter and different techniques, there's also sort of suggestions about how to use this technique and think about pushing your own storytelling or stuff like that. So it's designed to not only just be tutorially based, it's really designed to be the way I teach, which is I'm always inspiring. I always want you to look at what your visual language is. How do you tell your stories? And also technique, because when things are just technique based, okay, you can learn how to do something, that's fine. But if you don't know how to make it your own, if you don't learn how to make it your own, like, then what's the point? Because then all we're just collectors of techniques. But then trying to apply those techniques into something that becomes our universal language, that becomes our own personal art mythos, there's nothing to show you how to do that. So the book is also, and I think that's what's going to separate in the category that it's in. I think that's what will separate this book, and hopefully provide you more than just with the techniques that are in it. Yeah.
The beautiful three: the techniques, the copy table, and the prompts. So lovely. And do you have a favorite part of the book?
I think my favorite part of the book is, I don't know. I think my favorite part of the book is the fact that we were able to insert the art mythos prompts throughout the book. I really, we worked on that, right? And the publishers really embraced it. My editor, Sandra, she really embraced that idea, and she made sure that throughout the book we were keeping that consistent with the chapters. She really embraced that. So I think that is my favorite part, honestly. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing about that. All right, so next question is for our community.
Yay.
All right, it's the great guess the word game again. Okay, this is such a good clue. I just know you guys are gonna get it on the first clue. It's the community's favorite color.
Let's see who's first, because everybody knows the answer to this question. It's just a matter of who types it in first. Everybody knows the answer to this one. You've been around me any period of time. Okay, so Karen says Quinn nickel, azo gold. And then
there's also one that has spellings.
which is that's correct. Quinacridone, nickel azo or azo gold. And then
Karen got it. Karen Wilsey,
Karen got it. And then Issa Phoenix got it. She spelled quinacridone, nickel azo gold. She spelled it out. So they both win.
Okay, congratulations, Karen and ISSPHX.
Yeah, definitely.
And please send us your emails, and then we will send you instructions on how to pick out your course. And thanks so much for participating, everybody, and celebrating this gorgeous, amazing color. I never knew about it before I met Robin.
And it's like the color of saffron too, right? It's that, like that color is such an important color to me, that sort of reddy orange color. So we have one more, was that the fourth one? We have one more for the gifts, right?
Yes, one more for the gifts.
Yay. Okay, go ahead.
How many techniques do you present in the book?
Well, I can tell you there are, how many chapters? Are there 23 chapters? And each chapter has a technique. Some of them have two. So I try to put as many techniques in there. I try to put like all of my main techniques in there. And I even sometimes now sit and think, oh, I don't think I put that in the book. You know, it won't be main ones. It'll be like ancillary ones, but I had to make some decisions. So I think there's 23 chapters, and every one of them, I think the 23rd chapter is a lot of my artwork and stuff in there. So there's definitely 22 chapters, and there's several different techniques in at least 1 to 2 in each chapter. So there's a lot of techniques in there. I saw someone ask, is the transfer in there? The transfer is in there. The transfer technique is in there. And I've tried my best to explain the transfer technique is a bit like riding a bike. You know, it's like nobody can actually really talk you through it, you know, like you just got to get on and fall a few times and work it out, you know. That's kind of how transfers are. I put the main basic things in there that should help with that, but then it's just practice, practice, practice. The main thing that people do with transfers that really is an Achilles heel is they use too much paint. That's always the biggest one, just too much paint. But yes, it is in there. So yeah, quite a lot of techniques in there.
And do you have anything to share about taking like the photography that's going to be in there and the adventures of getting all the pictures for the book?
You said what again? People were answering how many techniques are. People thought that was their question. How many techniques were in the book? I love it. But another's coming up after I answered whatever. It's funny. I love you guys. So you were asking me
if you have any stories to share about the process of getting the photos that are in the book.
Wow. Now that was a lot. The photos in the book was a lot. If it wasn't for my daughters, I don't know what I would have done. Because my youngest daughter, Zion, and they have photo credits in the book. They deserve it because it was a lot of work. She did a lot of the photos for just the images of so like if I have Mark Rothko in there, that technique, she took the pictures of my prints, my techniques, because they're in there to sort of show just inspirational, you know. And there were 100 and something of those. I want to say there were like 140 something of those that we sent in. And she took all those pictures. So it was a lot of me going through, you know, you can imagine I have so many images, and it was going through trying to select the ones that I thought would photograph best, but then try to have enough variety and color, because you're not going to be really monochromatic. So I had to go and try to find more of my colorful prints. So people who like color, it'd be color in the book, not just neutrals. So it was a lot that went into those pictures, and it was a lot of into the photos. It was a lot of just anxiety trying to figure out which ones to do. And then when it was time to do the step-by-step tutorials, we had to do those on like white backgrounds, and everything had to stay right in place, because on a step-by-step, you can't have a picture like this and then the plates here and then the plates over here and then the plates over there and the brayer is here. You know, it just doesn't look right from a publishing standpoint. So we had to be really meticulous on when I'm showing the techniques. I had to keep the plate in the same place and all this stuff. And my oldest daughter, who is such a technocrat, like her brain functions well with that, and she's good with photography, you know, like I'm moving the plate and she says, no, mom. And she slid it back around. She said, you got to keep it like this. And I'm like, I'm trying to dray like this. And oh my God, it was a lot. And I think we took over 300 and something pictures. And then she actually went through and edited all the pictures for me. And she narrowed them down to like 5 to 7 per technique. And then I went back through and agreed and all that. And then we had to number them, and they had to all be numbered based on the way the publisher numbers photos. So that was a lot. So I'm telling you, those photos were a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Like I would like to not have to do that part of the process again, ever. Not ever. Next book, yeah, but that was a lot of work.
Yeah. All right. And who is the audience for the book?
Yes, Karen says Zion. Zion is awesome. Yes, she is, Karen. You met her too. You're sweet. I'll tell her that you said that. She is special. The audience for the book is basically anyone who's an artist. Like it's definitely mixed media. Anybody who considers himself a mixed media artist, the book is for you. Anyone who's never done gel printing before, it's for you because it really starts at the beginning and moves into more advanced techniques. Anyone who's been gel printing for a good while, it's for you too, because there's a lot of techniques in there that are more some of the advanced techniques. And it's a lot of like, unless we've actually been in a physical workshop together, what I find is when people come on site and we do workshops together, even people who've been printing for a long time, and I know there's many of you in the group chat right now that come to some of my workshops. I've only done a few on-site workshops because things got interrupted with 2020, you know, but on the gel printing, like it's like when we come together, I can help you flesh out so many more techniques because I can see what you're doing. I can physically see what you could do to switch and immediately make that adjustment. So the book is good for that because I've tried to do a similar thing in there where it's like a step by step by step and your step by step images. And hopefully some of those areas where things get like a little crazy and techniques and you're not sure, hopefully the book will help there. So I really try to design it for artists that were at all different stages of where you are in this process of using the gel plate and also in the process of just being a mixed media artist. Like I feel like this book would be an inspiration for a person who doesn't even want to gel print. They are just mixed media artists and they may focus on the art mythos things and maybe the inspirational images and maybe some of the color palette stuff and things like that in it. So yeah. But obviously, the gel printing community is the #1 group of people who would immediately appreciate this book. Yeah.
Love that. And I'm having a mini technical issue. It's going to take about 1 minute to solve here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll ask the last question.
Yes, just 1 moment, please. Sorry.
Okay. So Glenda says, I think this book will help me with 2 things, confidence and development of a love for the gel plate, which I do not have now. Yeah, it will. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. And then, hey, Tessa's here. No, but you're just in time. Now, Tessa and we had this, we had a beautiful gel printing session in her studio in The Hague in Holland. The year before, in 2019, I think it was, right, Tessa? July of 2019. She has a wonderful studio and she's an amazing artist. You guys got to go see her name there, Tessa Magenberg. If you don't know her work, she's on Instagram. She's amazing. I love her. And we had, in 2020, we had the workshop planned in her studio. Of course, that all got canceled. So I'm gonna be back. We're gonna do gel printing in The Hague at some point, right, Tessa? But it's good to see you. I love you. Yeah, it was 2019. So yeah. Haven says, is there a link for the book pre-sale? I went to the website and signed up for the notification. Is that the same thing? Sorry, I'm still on first cup of tea. Yeah, we'll put it in. I think Eva, you may have it. We'll put it in the chat, the link for it. But yeah, it's also in the email, right? The link. Your sound isn't on. But yeah, we'll make sure it's in the and even under YouTube, once it's done, we'll make sure that we put it under the video. For sure. Tessa's work is gorgeous, isn't she? Has a very, very unique style. And it's just beautiful work. In fact, one of the gifts that she gave me when I was there was one of her smaller pieces, but it'll give you a feel for her work. It's a smaller one, but she does like ones that are like 6 feet by 4 feet wide that look like this. They're just gorgeous. So definitely go check her out. This was a part of her 100-day project. Love it.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Her work is beautiful. I love Tessa's work. And I think that one was done. Was that done on a gel plate too? Did you do some of it on a gel plate, Tessa? It looks like it's gel printing on here some, and then with brushwork over top of it. Because Tessa does she does gel too. So she'll tell us. No, she doesn't have a YouTube channel, but she does do Instagram. She is on Instagram. Seth says, one of these days, what are you saying? What, I missed something up here. Somebody asked Seth something. Seth says, one of these days.
Oh, I think Karen said we were supposed to have a workshop with Seth and Mary Beth Shaw in Albuquerque until COVID. Still waiting to reschedule, Seth.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Seth and I are supposed to have one of these days. Oh, if it hopefully happens at some point, I'm ready. I am so ready to be over this over there. I don't even want to talk about it. Tessa, this is about your book, not me. But thanks for the shot. Oh, girl, stop it. You know I love you. I'm going to talk about you too, because you're amazing. See what kind of person she is? You're good. People go over and support her. She's a beautiful person. If you don't know her work. All righty. So did you get it? You figured it out?
Yes. Thank you everybody for your patience. I'm so sorry about that. And we have our last question. So this is for everybody. This one is for the last workshop prize. It's a guess the word. And your first clue is, I am an archaeologically inspired technique.
I know that one.
And some of you have in your home.
Seth says, yeah, Robin and I have an epic adventure planned together. Yes, we do. Seth, we got to get to it, man. We just got to make it happen. Aren't you tired of waiting? I'm tired of waiting. I'm just going to come to New York, pick you up, and we're just going to keep going from there. Okay, so Terry says, Old Wall. That's right, Terry. How'd you get that? So it looks like I'm just making sure the first person was definitely Terry. Tudela, Old Wall. That's right. And since I'm in a happy mood, the very next person was Julie Paget. You get it too, because you said Old Wall too. Love you guys.
Congratulations, Terry and Julie. And thank you so much, everybody, for participating. I had so much fun, and it's so special hearing you share about the book from your heart, Robin. Thank you for everything you shared as well.
And thank you for being here with me. I love you. You know that. You're special to me. So this is exciting. The whole time we've been talking, I've been hearing the ding. So I can tell you guys have been in there purchasing the book. So the whole thing is, if as many people, and even people will come across this recording afterwards, like in the next, 72 hours? If you send us receipts, is it 72 hours or 48 hours?
I think we have 48 hours. So today and tomorrow, but if we could extend it to 72 if you'd like.
Yeah, 72 is fine. The main thing is that as many as we can get in like this batch of time, as many people can go and do the pre-sale.
Okay, I am cutting you off, Robin. I am cutting everybody off right now. I just checked. You are top 100 in the 3 main categories right now of
really?
The book is. You guys, it's gonna be.
You guys are just amazing. Thank you so much. I love you all. You guys are so amazing. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. You are the best. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you're not the best, because you really are. This is like such a wonderful community, and you guys just love on me, and I appreciate you so much. This is huge.
Yeah. Number 26 in printmaking, 86 in scrapbooking, and 89 in mixed media.
Wow. Gosh, and there's so many good books in the categories. Wow.
Amazing, you guys. Like, I'm sorry I saw these numbers. I'm gonna, woo.
I got all made up for you guys and everything. Now my face is gonna be running and stuff. Oh my goodness. So yes, if we keep that going, we get to number 1. That's going to be huge. And Schiffer is going to be so happy. And what this does too, like I said before with the metadata, what this does is the bookstores are going to see that now. They're going to go to Amazon. They're going to see, whoa, wait a minute. People are already buying it like this. And it'll cause Barnes and Nobles and all the big stockists and stuff around the world. They'll like say, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and get it in the store because obviously this is a popular topic. And it really helps to push those sales out into the physical bookstores so that people who can't get Amazon or can't get the orders, at least they can go down to their bookstore and get it, which is always the problem. We just rely on the mail. So you guys are amazing. Thank you ever so much. I can't believe it. So 72 hours, we'll extend it. The main thing is when they come in like this, it drives it up. You can see what we've done just in this hour. We've changed the stat. We've changed what is, I'm saying the statics, but the statistics of this book, and it makes a big difference. And so thank you so much. Everybody who is sending in their receipts for purchasing the book, you'll get a separate email from Eva, and you give us a week or so, a couple weeks, and we're going to have 2 dates that we're going to announce. And what we're going to do is we're going to have live workshops, and I'll be showing a technique. I think I'm going to show a technique in the book, but I think I might even show you guys another technique that I haven't been showing out there yet. And it's not even in the book yet because it's a new direction I've gone in with the gel plates. I might do that too, but we'll do it kind of as a challenge. And so whoever makes the most amount in the time that we're working together, let's say we work together for an hour and a half or something like that, then there'll also be some gifts and stuff around that too. So we're gonna keep on having fun with this, and those will be free workshops and only be to the people who signed up in this 72-hour window. Yes, so there we are. Well, I'm not going to take any more of your time. We've been on for about an hour now, and I really appreciate you hanging out and being here. It means the world to me. And yeah, let's just keep on being a community and keep on doing all the things that we're doing and be an artist, because artists are those who change the world. And right now we're living in times where the world could really use artists, because a lot of people out here don't have a clue as to what to do or how to just to be themselves again. And we're the catalyst. Artists have always been a catalyst in times of change. So that's us. We get to make the world happy again.
Thank you, Robin, and all the artists in the community for everything that you share. Thank you, everybody, for participating. This has been such a fun party, and wow, what a great finale to see those amazing numbers that you guys made possible. So yeah, definitely send your emails in. Everybody who wants, send an email. And if you purchased a book, please send an email with your invoice or receipt to info@robinmcclendon.com. We wish everybody a wonderful day.
Love you guys. Take care. We'll be in touch. So much from my heart to yours. Bye-bye.